Are we live, George?
Yes, right.
Make me that 3, 2, 1, 0 sign that I love. Right.
3, 2, 1, and 0.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Do that again, George. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to TADHack Romania 2018. I have Eduard with me. Eduard, it's normal to have this kind of emotions, to be nervous. We've just hit 10,000 simultaneous users on our live YouTube channel.
Oh my God.
This tremendous success, it's due to Alan's project, but we're happy to have all that big audience. So feel free to just tell us about your app, tell us about what online music is doing when it's meeting voice over IP from the sponsors of this event. And if I have questions, I'll ask.
Sure. So thank you for organizing this great event. I had a great time exploring the APIs provided by the sponsors and learning about an industry that is totally new for me.
That's the great benefit of TADHack.
The first day was more about learning and exploring and brainstorming different kind of projects. After exploring the APIs, it came to me that one big opportunity to develop a shout-out is to interconnect all the sponsors' tools and build a funny, hopefully engaging application.
So this is your brand?
Yes, our brand is Shoutout.
And it was developed during the TADHack?
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Exactly. What came into my mind during
you shouting out about?
Hackathon is what a massive disruption did the internet had on the music industry. So we have now tools like Spotify, Pandora, Deezer, where you get a very personalized experience in terms of music. We no longer depend on a radio to broadcast music, but an app is serving us music that is very
We've got all the streaming channels like Spotify or Google Music or
But we kind of lack something that we previously had with the radio. So mobile is killing the radio.
Commercials?
Now. we do have commercials on these platforms. But one thing that I remember we had that opportunity to call at the radio
and
station, go live and make a shout out for a friend, or have an artist do a shout out for us, or have the moderator do a shout out.
Right.
And that brought us very together. So we were listening to the same.
You had a community feeling,
Exactly. So why not reproducing that experience now
on the streaming channels?
Exactly, on the streaming channels. Or not necessarily on the streaming channels, but using the tools we experienced today. So, Shoutout.io is about connecting artists with fans via personalized voice messages. So, what's life without friends? You remember Ross and Joey. Ross is kind of feeling that Joey is down and he's feeling sad, and he wants to make him a surprise. So Ross knows about Shout.io, installs the mobile app, and finds an artist that Joey loves a lot, that is Beyonce. So Ross is requesting a shout out from Beyonce. He's simply putting...
he's calling Beyonce's API now?
Yeah, he's calling Beyonce's API, or inputting a personalized message, or bringing some details about
text,
Joey's.
Right?
Yes.
He's inputting text now.
He's inputting text, and the artist will have a list of requests, and he can do honor a request for a shout out. The next
challenge is, will Beyonce scale?
I don't know, but there are a lot of artists. We tend to think of artists of only the celebrities, but there are a lot of artists that get a lot of attentions on the Spotify platforms.
And this could be a channel for them as well, right?
So they could be a channel to promote themselves and to connect with their fans. So what Beyoncé in this example can do now is go in the shout.io platform and tap a button. She will get a phone call from the platform, and she will be able to record a personal message based on Ross' request. Then, based on rules, different rules, like maybe when it's someone's birthday, or we can even personalize when someone is listening to Beyoncé music via the Spotify API, Joey will suddenly receive a message that contains the recorded message of his favorite artist. And Joey will be amazed. And you also have this personalized experience that someone is actually calling you, so you're no longer are alone with your phone. You get some input from a person you like very much, and this would make you very happy.
And you know, from time to time, Beyoncé calls you, or maybe the guys from the Rolling Stones, so who knows? Exactly.
It definitely brings a lot of opportunities.
Tell us more about the role of the sponsors in your project.
So what I did is combining the different APIs that were exposed. So my main focus was on voice over IP and Happy Days to try the recording session, to try the playing of WAV files,
right.
and did a bit of prototyping with those APIs. I also consider status for a way of monetizing the whole experience. So, for example,
so the blockchains, right.
To the cryptocurrency, you might be able to do online payments for certain certain shoutouts. But my main focus was now for the prototype on the voice over IP solution. So quite an interesting experience. I got myself familiar with the ecosystem. This is a bit of a mind map I've been drawing yesterday. And in the end,
go back to that slide and tell us more about the architecture. I'm also. So, you've got Voice Innovations API in the middle.
Yes. No, this is actually describing the Voice Innovation API. So,
right.
The first step I took is to get some developer credential, then figure out how to configure a DID and get the phone number. After that, it was more about testing different scripts and combining different scripts, either internally in the platform or externally in a web service I've built that would return that XML file. And in the end, I tried
all the features there, like speak, record, intercept.
To send an SMS, the features to send a call. So I would have to somehow program the call at a certain specific date when the artist will send the message to the friend you contact.
Maybe it's his birthday or something like this, and you do it in advance, right?
Exactly.
So how does it work?
And in the end, I also did a very basic proof of concept on how the platform might feel. So you would have a landing page, the shoutout IO landing page, where you can see.
Do you have signal there, George? We don't see anything. So it's not just me, but it's the whole internet. The whole 10,000 users are are in the blind now.
Should I pull it out? Okay, just a second. We don't have any.
So hopefully this will not impact our rating now. I'm very concerned about that.
Okay, we're back. So this would be the landing page where you can see your artists. Maybe if you log in with Spotify or your YouTube account, we can do some personalization to see some preferred artists. Then you have the profile of the artist.
Ah, right, like getting his, profile.
Yeah. Then you have the profile of this artist with his style, and from this page you can type the friend's name and his phone, and write about the shout out you want to make. And from this is the last point of interaction with the platform. From this point, everything would happen via the phone.
Right.
So the artist will be able to see this message, choose whether he will record the shout out or not, and if he will record the shout out, he will be called on his personal phone, record the message, and then the platform would take that file and at a specific date or
Initiate the call.
Initiate the call with the recorded message for your friend, which you.
And do you play some pre-recorded message, instructing the guy that he's gonna receive a message from a pop star, or is just directly the message?
For now, I played with the text-to-speech option, so you can do like a prep for the message.
Right.
But the straightforward thing would be to simply deliver that message.
To have a more impact, right?
Yeah. And in this way, neither the artist nor the person who receives the calls are exposed together. Because they use the phone numbers in the platform to make the calls. Future extensions might be adding status to monetize the application and to give an incentive for artists to be there, to be present.
I'm born on the 17th of April and I love Eric Clapton, so just for you to remember that.
Well, that was it.
So you can call the number, you consume the API and it works, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Great. This might be a very good pitch for a Kickstarter funding. So you can reuse the material. Talk to George. Great. It's not just an idea or a hack. It's more closely to the final product of your application. It's more close to an MVP sort of.
Maybe a prototype MVP.
Maybe an MVP.
Yeah. So it would.
So they say that if you're not a little bit embarrassed about your MVP, then that's not a proper MVP. So, are there any modules or things that are not yet there and need proper development? Like you say, if you continue with this project, like what will be the next steps? And
the next steps would probably be spending 1 or 2 weeks to actually put the pieces together. So what I have now is a bunch of XML files running the scripts.
So you're really thinking about this. It's not just a hack that you've done during this weekend, but it might be an actual project of yours, right?
Well, I plan to share it with my students on the Web Technologies Lab, and if they want to kick off
in the university that you're teaching, right?
And if they want to kick off and build a product out of that, for me it was an awesome learning experience, and we plan to share this with them.
Right, so it's really good to know that these kind of projects, they're not only hacks, but might also, make the step to a real project, to a real product. And it was born in Bucharest in TADHack in the first edition. So that is a very, very good thing. And thank you very much, Eduard, for joining us. And as I told all the other participants, we really count on you on having here on the next edition of TADHack.
Looking forward. Thanks.
Thank you again.
Thanks for organizing.
Any questions? Sorry about that. Christy?
I'm actually pretty curious when
I think you need a mic.
yeah. So I would really like to see it implemented, but I would like to also see the part where the artist also receives money, so it will be easier for Beyonce and Eminem or whomever artist would you like to listen to gets also paid. Cause
are there any apps like this on the internet? Have you seen anything?
I know there are. I don't know if they have this use
I don't know
case
if
specifically.
I was asking if there are already apps like this on the internet. If you have Googled it, so
not necessarily with this use case, but there are
like practical jokes. I think there are some this kind of.
There are some apps where artists or creators in general can have sponsors, like patrons that pay them. So a similar experience might exist, and the market might exist for this one, but not necessarily one where.
But they don't have to be just the superstars. Might be the local stars on each country. Some.
And I think in the end it's more about the experience,
right,
and the feeling that you can make for someone dear by
It might be a TV presenter or some local personality. It doesn't have to be just a rock star or something, right?
Exactly.
Can anyone that that the guy is fond of, and it
Exactly.
would be impressed to receive a phone call on his birthday or on some surprise party. Yeah, it's a very good thing. Thank you again.
Thanks.
Bye.